Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Friday. Saturday, uh, October 11th, 2014, at around, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. Now, in my perusing of the internet, I discovered it is National Coming Out Day, or I guess Worldwide Coming Out Day, some sort of coming out day. And that leads me to remember sort of how I sort of came out. I didn't come out until I was 28 in 1980. Although, I had realized I was gay many, many, many years before. All you have to do is watch the August autobiography series to understand that. And, there had been some fooling around and so forth, but in 28, that's when when I was 28, that's when I got, in 1980, that's when I got divorced, and finally divorced. I mean, the process started, before that, but, I met Paul in November 16th of 1980, and we've been together ever since. But there's always that transition zone where your family doesn't know, and there's only so much you can say to your parents, or well, in this case, my mother was the only one left alive, without lying, without overtly lying. There's lying by commission and lying by omission. This was lying by omission. And finally, she flirted around the subject and danced around the subject and danced around the subject, and then she sort of looks at me, one night when I'd gone down there to take her some food or help her out or drive her somewhere to the doctor or something, and she says, "Well," and I said, "You're just going to have to ask it, Mother. Just flat out ask me, and I'll flat out tell you." She says, "Are you gay?" At least she said gay. That's interesting. And I said, "Yes." She says, "Well, at least you're not on drugs. I thought it was either that or you were on drugs." So that accomplished that. She never really reconciled herself to it, though. Well, in fact, she ultimately, when she died, it was like Zippo for Joe. So I don't need it. I've got all I want. My Lord, look at this packed closet. And that's about what it's all about today, isn't it? Coming out of the closet, and it's always good to be out, because it takes a big load off your mind, and that cognitive dissonance and emotional dichotomy and intellectual, it just messes you up. I mean, you're lying to yourself. You're lying to, some people are lying to themselves. Some people are lying to others. Generally, as I said, by acts of omission rather than acts of commission. But some people just flat out tell other people they're straight. It's not really a problem when you're financially independent, in terms of having a good job and so forth. But it's a problem for these teenagers, particularly the ones who are under the age of 18, who weren't really sure how their parents are going to react. And the main consideration in their from their standpoint, I think is am I going to, you know, get kicked out of the house? Am I going to have to live on the streets? And that's something, you know, they have to think about. Absolutely, they have to think about. And if they're in that stage of life, all I can say to them is that, you know, in a few years, you'll be out and on your own, and you can tell anybody you want. And you're going to lose people. I lost a number of people I had considered friends. Not so much by them saying, I don't want to see you again, but just, you know, never hear from them again. Never, you know, lose contact, that sort of thing. And that's going to happen. Inevitably, that's going to happen. But living in freedom and, you know, living the way you want and being who you are is, you know, far surpasses that loss. I bet you thought when I came out of that closet, I was going to have a big rainbow flag hanging on the wall or something. Well, I'm going to tell you, I must have been, you know, like David Sedaris said, I must have been out of the country when they voted on that rainbow flag stuff, because I find that aesthetically just god-awful. Still, it's there. I'd be out on the deck with you today, but it's windy. It's too windy, and my wind filter on this camera, it just, you know, the wind that would blow on the camera would stop the wind I'm blowing at the camera from you hearing the wind I'm blowing at the camera. So on that note, I'm going to say bye-bye, YouTubers.